Aloha, this is Dr. Chris Colgan, and this is another edition of the Weekly Wellness Show. But before we get started, just want to make sure you hit subscribe and then hit that bell so I know you're well, all right? So let's get going. Today's episode is going to talk about the top 5 exercises, home edition, okay? Now, there's more exercises that you can do at home now than ever before, right? So you can subscribe to things, you can do all kinds of things to learn how to exercise at home. You can even buy a home gym equipment, right? So there's all kinds of sources out there. However, if I had to give you my top 5 of simple things to do that'll take you less than 20 minutes or even less than 10, but will keep you efficient and keep your body strong and healthy, these are the ones I would recommend you do. So let's begin. First let's start out with squats, okay? Now, I would recommend do at least 20 squats. Now, I like to do these first thing in the morning. Why? I can get it done and get it out of the way. Then the day's free and I'm good to go with whatever I need to do, but at least the exercises are done. So I would say 20 squats. The goal of this is basically to work the legs. You want to make sure your stance or your feet are shoulder width apart, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna bend and squat your butt down as low to the floor as possible, okay? Hey, if you can get to the floor, more power to you. But the whole idea is just to get your core engaged, right? And then when you do these exercises, when you squat down, you wanna blow out like, okay? And then when you come back up, breathe in, okay? Simple like that. Blow out when you go down. So, and then when you come back up, breathe in. There you go. And again, you want to feel that in your thighs. You want to keep your abdomen tight when you do that, and you'll do that automatically just from breathing in and out, just so you know, okay? So again, that's going to be one thing to do, and you can do as many as you like. But for people that are novice or just want to get started exercising again, just start with 20, okay? And you can go as high as, I know people that go as high as 50 to 100. It's pretty up to you, okay? And you don't necessarily have to do that all at once. You could spread it out through the day. Like if you're on a break and you're just like, okay, I got nothing to do, boom, just knock out 15 to 20 squats right there. You'll be done in less than a minute, okay? So that's one thing to do. Squats help keep the legs strong. Remember, your feet are your foundation, and also your legs, your thighs, are the biggest muscles in your body. So take care of them. And also too, another good reason why to do these squats is it helps pump that, sugar out of the body, because since these muscles are so big, that's where everything's stored. So especially if you're a diabetic, I always tell people, or diabetics, that before they go for a walk, or before they do their blood sugar, go for a walk first. Get your body up and running, get the blood circulation going. Go for a walk first, then test your blood sugar, all right? That way you got some circulation going and you have a better reading for your doctors as well as for yourself to monitor on a daily basis. All right, so that's squats. Next, push-ups, all right? They don't have to be pretty, all right? You could literally do a simple push-up. I like to do them on my knuckles, right in here, so I like to see an indentation here. And the reason why I do that is it keeps my wrist strong rather than doing them flat-handed, where I put stress on my wrist. So if you're someone who has like some wrist pain, try doing them on your knuckles first. And you can do them as fast or as slow as you want. They don't have to be pretty. Even if you have to go all the way down to the floor and then push yourself up. And then when you push up, again, breathe out. And then, when you breathe out, you give yourself more energy. It's almost like you're blowing yourself away from the ground, okay? And then coming back down slowly. So take your time with those, especially if you're just beginning to do these again in a long time. And then, hey, you got to start sometime, right? So, and then just be in the present. So do 20 of those. And like I said, I like to do them in the morning or anytime during the day. And if I have an opportunity to just knock out 20 push-ups, I'll do it right there. It literally will take me less than a minute, okay? Push-ups also, what do? They're going to help out your tricep. They're going to help with your arms. They're going to help your shoulders. And also, too, it's going to help your core because as you're breathing, you're tightening the abs. I think you know where I'm getting with this, right? So a lot of these exercises, just about every exercise you do, you want to tighten the core. You always want to, it's all about your breathing. Make sure you're breathing correctly. All right, so we got squats. Do at least maybe 20 or more a day. We also have push-ups, do at least 20 or more a day. And also, with all these top 5 exercises I'm going to tell you, I know I'm going back and forth here, but like I said, you can do this once in the morning, maybe once in the afternoon or in the evening, whatever suits your schedule the best. But the fact is you're doing them, okay? And that's a good thing. Bicep curls, okay? Now, bicep curls are very interesting. I see guys at the gym, or see people when the gyms were open, or I see people doing curls many different ways. They're kind of doing this thing, you know, like they're using their back to get the curl up. Well, the thing is, if you're doing that, that means there's too much weight. I like to do these things slowly, you know, just basically bend your knees again, kind of, you know, engage your core. And then if you're using a bar or if you're using like dumbbells, just make sure that when you do a dumbbell curl, you're just literally, you know, your arms are straight or maybe kind of curved like this, and just have them come up slowly and then blow out, breathe in, blow out, and then maybe do one at a time on each arm, okay? If you want to really isolate the muscle. Now, when you use a bar, you're going to isolate both. You're still going to work out both muscles, but there sometimes tends to be an issue with cheating. Like you'll notice the bar kind of going up one way or the other, or you're compensating. So I've always been a big fan of maybe 10 or 15 pound dumbbells, or whatever you feel is going to be easier for you, just to get those 20 reps in. You know, 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Take a break. Do another 10 on one side, do another 10 on the other, and breathe. Like I said, breathe when you're contracting the muscle. So, and then in, and keep your knees bent a little bit. Keep your core or your abdomen kind of tight, and just blow out. So you're gonna breathe out as you're contracting the muscle when you're doing the dumbbell curl, and then breathe in, out, in, out, in. You'll get the idea, all right? And like I said, keep your knees bent and make sure that you're not struggling too hard, because otherwise you're not gonna get the work. I'd rather have you feel more of a burn than struggle, okay? That means the muscle's getting some kind of resistance, and at the same time, you'll feel a nice little pump afterwards. That's what you wanna get, okay? You don't wanna be somewhere like, oh, I can't get it, oh, I can't get it. It's like, it's too much weight. All right, just get yourself enough and then build as time goes on. Build that resistance as time goes on. And if you can't use dumbbells, you could also use tubing, okay? Exercise tubing, where you put one on each foot, and you could also have resistance and do the same thing and still get that nice burn, okay? Sometimes I really like the resistance bands versus the barbells. One is in case you drop the barbell or the dumbbell, excuse me, you won't hurt yourself and it won't land on your foot, all right? So anyways, that's something to consider. Next, we have bicycle crunches, okay? Now, these are the ones when you're laying on your back, you know, your head's just slightly up. You're gonna have your hands like this, you know, just behind the head. Your legs are gonna be up off the ground, and you're gonna have your elbow go to the opposite knee. So it's like your knee and elbow are meeting, okay? Now, you can't see it in what I'm doing here, but when you're laying on your back, it's like your head's up a little bit, and then you're isolating the upper and lower abdomen, okay? So as you're coming, your neck's gonna be about maybe a couple inches off the ground, and your opposite elbow here is gonna go to the opposite knee. So it's like I'm going across like this, okay? But I'm on my back, and you want your legs off the ground. Do about 10 of those on each side, so you're doing a total of 20 reps, okay? Start off with 10 total, and then work your way up. This is a great way to work your upper and lower abs. And again, you're breathing out when you contract, and then breathing out again, in, out, in, out, in, okay? Now, just from doing this, you can also do this standing up if you want, all right? But I prefer you do it laying on your back. You'll just feel a better burn on your abdomen, and do this in a safe place. You know, make sure there's nothing around you, like your pets or whatever, because sometimes you might kick a pet by mistake. Believe me, it's kind of happened. But you want to know that. And at the same time, just take your time with these. Don't be in a rush to these exercises. Just take your time, get that mind-body connection, so that way it's all about you and no one else and nothing else. My last one are simple as this. Things we used to do as kids, just some good old-fashioned jumping jacks, right? You know, just 1, 2, you know, do about 20 of those. And again, as you're jumping, you know, and then out, in, and then out, in. You get the idea. So anytime, you know, do about 20 to 50 of those. Believe me, you'll get a nice little workout, and it's something you can do in the safety of your own home, okay? Jumping jacks works the legs, the arms. It actually gets your arms above your head, okay? That's something we're not used to doing, because we're also doing more of this, all right? We're looking down on our phones, right? You know, we love looking at this all day, right? So we're doing this. or on a computer where our shoulders are rolled in. At least it's nice to know when you're standing, you're doing something standing, you're getting your arms above your head. And when we get to a certain age, so I'll be 50 pretty soon, and I had my own personal experience of this, is I was having a hard time just moving my shoulders again, just because of what I used to do and what I used to do more of. It just took a toll on me. So what we want to do now is do things where we're standing, shoulders are back, we're breathing in more air, we're getting more oxygen, and we're doing more movement, okay? So let's recap. Top 5 exercises. Home edition, again, what you want to do is, well, number 1, squats. Let's get the legs moving. 20 or more a day, okay? First thing in the morning, just knock it out. Not only squats, push-ups, 20 or more a day. We're also going to do, on top of your push-ups, we're going to do the bicep curls, okay, like that. And then bicycle crunches. And then lastly, like you guessed it, jumping jacks, right? And jumping jacks also too, I forgot to mention, will help out with that cardiovascular component, because you're moving every muscle in your body when you think about it, right? Your arms, your legs, everything. So like I said, simple stuff you can do at home. And if you do them daily, guess what? That's every day, that's 7 days a week, that's 4 weeks per month, that's 12 months out of the year. You do that consistently, wow, you're on a good roll, and you should start seeing some definite changes in your body. And remember, when you're gonna do these exercises, make sure you fuel your body with lots of water, like make sure you're drinking enough water before, especially early in the morning. And then also make sure you're having a lot of water afterwards, okay? Keep yourself hydrated so your muscles can get the toxins out as you're contracting them, yet at the same time you're nourishing them. And feed yourself good food after your exercise. Get a good protein shake mix. We have all kinds of them here that we can recommend. Make sure there's no GMOs, no bad protein. Make sure it's good, wholesome food that you're putting in your body to get a better recovery, all right? Anyways, hope you enjoyed that. Again, hit subscribe so I know you're live. And then, hit that bell, and let's keep you well. Thank you very much. Aloha and mahalo, everyone. Keep exercising, everyone.